channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reading your assumptions about me. This video has been trending on YouTube like crazy lately, and I'm not entirely sure who made it up, but I'm not trying to take credit for it in any way. I just wanted to hop on this trend before it was too late, and plus, I think the whole concept is really interesting. It's pretty much when you go on Instagram and you ask your followers to send in their assumptions about you, and then you read them off to the world and react to them pretty much. I did this last night on my Instagram story, and I was really surprised to see what some people's assumptions about me were. It just kind of goes to show that you can't judge a book by its cover. Like, you can't tell what someone's life story is just by looking at them or based off of their Instagram feed or their YouTube content. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of assumptions to read off to you guys today, so I'm just going to get right on into this video, and I hope that you'll enjoy watching and that you'll maybe learn something new about me, or I can kind of clear the air about some things. So let's get started. So the first assumption that somebody made about me is that I care too much about what people think. And that is definitely false, okay? I would not have this YouTube channel if I was overly concerned about how people perceive me, because I am 100% myself on here. I wouldn't be posting videos of my thousands of lip balms. I mean, that's not exactly the norm to have a giant collection like that. And like I said, I openly talk about it and share it. And honestly, I just live my life being myself, and I do it unapologetically. If people don't like me for it, then that's their problem, not mine. I never feel a pressure to change myself for anybody, so I would disagree that I care too much about what people think of me. However, that doesn't mean that I don't care a little bit. Like, obviously, you have to care a little bit about how people perceive you. For example, I'm not gonna walk outside right now wearing a bikini in the winter. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, everybody has to care a little bit, but overall, I would say that that statement is false. So this next person sent in 2 assumptions about me, and I found both of these to be really interesting. So it says, my assumptions about you are that you don't really work at a daycare and your eyebrows are fake. Okay, so those are 2 very different topics. Let's just address the first one first. Okay, so they assumed that I didn't actually work at a daycare. I'm not really sure why they drew this conclusion about me, and I actually do work at a daycare. I love my job so much. I love my kids. They make my day so much brighter, and I always have so many funny stories by the end of the day. So I do actually work at a daycare. That assumption is false. And then the second part to her assumption was that my eyebrows are fake. And I wouldn't say that they're fake. Like, I have actual eyebrow hair. However, I do fill them in and like sculpt them to make them look better and more on fleek, if you know what I mean. So I would also say that her second assumption is false, because technically I do have eyebrow hairs under this eyebrow makeup, okay? So this next assumption says you're actually really tall, and that is false. So far, all of these have been false. I'm actually 5'3", so that isn't really tall. This next assumption I get all the time, and it's that I'm spoiled. I'm not spoiled in the sense that my parents buy me everything. Like, that is so false. I buy everything with my own money, and I guess in a way I spoil myself with like makeup and lip balms and clothes and stuff like that, but nobody spoils me. So I spoil myself, if that makes sense. So this assumption, I'd say it's like true and false, but like, it's not my parents or anyone else that's spoiling me. It's me spoiling myself. And plus, I work for my money, so I don't know how to answer this one. So this next one says, I assume your life is perfect. Now, this question kind of relates back to what I was saying earlier in the video, where you can't judge someone's life story just based off of their social media. My life is definitely not perfect. As a YouTuber, I like to showcase the best parts of my life, and I like to put the positive parts of my life out there for the world to see, and I feel like that's the same case with a lot of other YouTubers you might see. We're not gonna sit in front of the camera and start crying about our horrible day. I mean, some YouTubers might do that every now and then, to kind of spice things up, but for the most part, we like to show you guys the best parts of our life. And my earring just fell out. Wait, hang on a second. See, my life isn't perfect, guys. My earring just fell out of my ear. Okay, I don't know what that was. I feel like most people watch YouTube to like get in a better mood or to distract themselves from their own problems, and so I like to be positive on my channel, okay? That doesn't mean that I don't cry or have bad days or have doubts. No, not at all. Nobody's life is perfect, and I am no exception to that. Here's another interesting assumption. It says, your lip balms sit in storage and never get used. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I don't sit in my room every day and apply all of my lip balms because, like, I just don't have time for that. So, although I will say I do try to use my lip balms up, I have like 5,000 of them, and that doesn't happen every day. So this is half true and half false. Most days they do sit in my room untouched. I'm not gonna lie. I have like a couple go-to lip balms that I'll use, and I switch them up. So one week I might be using my 2 favorite EOS, and then the next week I'll swap them out for 2 of my favorite baby lips. You know what I mean? So I'd say that statement is true and false. Ooh, okay guys, so this assumption says, I assume you're sort of that mean girl. This could not be further from the truth, okay? This assumption is completely and totally false. Again, this is why you can't judge a book by its cover, okay? I would say I am the exact opposite of a mean girl. I'd say if anything, I can be too nice to people that don't always deserve my niceness. That's just the truth of it. My mission is always to make everybody feel like a somebody. So no, I am definitely not a mean girl. I'm the nice girl, I promise. Okay, so another lovely assumption about me is that I am stuck up. I'm definitely not stuck up. I feel like I have a pretty good amount of confidence in myself, and sometimes that can maybe come across as me being stuck up. If I ever do give off that vibe, it's definitely not on purpose. Kind of just like to do my hair and makeup every day and wear a cute outfit because it makes me feel good. That's just the way I like to present myself to the world, but in no way, shape, or form am I stuck up. In fact, I'm always trying to give other people compliments when I can so that less people assume that I'm stuck up. Alright, the next assumption says, you want to stay living at home because your parents buy you everything. Girl, no, 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 no. That statement is false. Completely and totally false, okay? Unless it is Christmas or my birthday. My parents do not buy me anything, okay? I'm totally on my own as far as buying things for myself goes. Like pretty much everything in my bedroom I have purchased myself, like I said, unless it was for like a birthday present or Christmas. Woo! Okay, so Miss Molly assumes that I have a boyfriend. I do not have a boyfriend at the moment. I'm a single Pringle and ready to mingle. Remember whenever people used to put that in their Instagram bios? Oh my gosh, I was definitely that 13-year-old, that cringy 13-year-old. Alright, this next assumption says, you act different off camera than you do on camera. And I would definitely say that that is false. I think I am very much the same on camera and off camera. My friends have even told me that I'm like the same person on camera as I am off camera. So what you see is what you get. I'm really bad at faking anything, especially like my emotions, my personality. This is me, guys. This is me. So this next assumption says, you are low-key an 8-year-old on the inside who loves pink, glitter, and anything cute. This assumption is completely true, and I am definitely not ashamed of that. I mean, who wouldn't want to live in a bedroom full of pink and glitter and fun girliness? Just say. I think pink and glitter is like a lifestyle. The next assumption says, you were bullied for your interests. So I would say that this assumption is partially true and partially false. So when I was in school, people really never bullied me for my interests because at the time, I really didn't express myself the way I do now, and I kind of kept my interests to myself. I was very shy, very reserved, very quiet, so nobody really knew anything about me. However, sometimes people give me crap like on social media about like my collections or things that I do. I wouldn't necessarily consider that bullying, so actually I lied. I'm gonna say that this assumption is false, okay? No one's really bullied me for my interests per se. The next assumption is that I can get sassy. Yeah, I would say that this is true. I don't think it's anything bad. I mean, like, if I'm acting sassy, I don't think I'm usually mean to people. I just talk with a lot of sarcasm in my voice, and sometimes it's like, I just can't help it. Like, if somebody asks me a stupid question and I'm really tired, I'm gonna respond with a snarky, sassy answer. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would say that that's true. And there are definitely days where I just feel like flipping my hair just because. So if you consider that sassy, then so be it. Ooh, okay guys. Are you ready for this next assumption? I was actually shook to my core to read this one. So it says, you have drank and done drugs before. Okay, so anyone who knows me in real life would know that I am the most sober individual that you will ever meet in your entire life. Like, I feel like there needs to be an even more intense definition for how sober I truly am, because literally, I've never had an alcoholic beverage in my entire life. I've tasted alcohol before, and I think it tastes like poison, and it's disgusting. And plus, I am not the type that likes to feel crazy and out of control. I like to feel in control of myself and my emotions and what I say and do. So that's why I have no interest in drinking, because I don't want to feel out of control, and it's just not for me. That doesn't mean I have anything against people that drink. I don't. Like, you do you. It's just not for me personally. So I feel like I don't even need to really explain myself for the second part of this assumption, which is that I have done drugs. Literally, I have never even touched a drug. It has never even crossed my mind. No part of me wants to do that. This next assumption says, I assume you have had your first kiss. This assumption is true. I have had my first kiss, and it was electrifying. Oh my goodness, I get this next assumption all the time, and it's that I am rich. No, I am definitely not rich. I work really hard for everything that I have, and yes, I am very fortunate to make money on YouTube, but I'm actually more of a saver than a spender, and you guys might think like, yeah, right, you have so much stuff in your room. But I've accumulated that stuff over time, and I'm actually very mindful of how I spend my money. So the next assumption about me is, again, one that I find to be really, really interesting, and it says, I assume that you are quite a healthy eater. And this one is actually hilarious because I am probably the exact opposite of a healthy eater. I'm really trying to work on it. I used to be a very, very healthy eater, almost too healthy, but now I kind of just eat what I want. I'm trying to do so in moderation, because if somebody gave me a big pint of ice cream, I could honestly eat that whole entire thing. I honestly pretty much eat whatever I want. However, I do make it a priority to work out. So overall, I would say that that assumption is false. Alright guys, so this is the last assumption that I'm going to be reading off to you today, and this person assumes that I get whatever I want. And I feel like this assumption is kind of similar to the you're spoiled assumption, and I definitely don't get whatever I want. I work for whatever I want, and even though I work a lot, I still don't always get everything I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it were up to me, I'd have a hot tub. I work very hard for my money, and if you're not gonna treat yourself, then like, what the heck? Like, what's the point of working your butt off if you don't get to splurge every now and then, okay? So I would say that that is false. I don't get whatever I want. However, I do work really hard to eventually buy things that I want. Okay, I like this one. So this is really the last one I'm gonna read. It says, I assume that you are secretly a princess. Why, yes, darling, that is correct. Okay, I don't know what that was, but anyways, guys, that was all for today's video of me reading your assumptions about me. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also click that subscribe button down below and turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video from me. But I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye! Mwah.